everybody, and welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. Welcome today to my review of the Tissot PRX POWERMATIC 80. Now, you will remember about a month ago, I did a review of the Tissot PRX quartz version, and I thought that watch had some things that were pretty inexcusable for the price and the fact that it was Swiss made. Now, that opinion was wildly unpopular with the majority of the folks out there, and I totally understand that. I think some folks probably missed the point of the review really there, but you know, a couple of things maybe I can address. I didn't get a lemon. I don't think there's anything really wrong with the watch. I think that's just the way they are. You know, I didn't buy it online. I bought it in a store. I've since gone to the store again to view other ones, and they still had the same issue. So I don't know what the confusion is there. I don't think I'm doing really anything wrong with that particular watch. But anyway, putting that aside, I wanted to get the POWERMATIC 80 to see if the problems that I had with the quartz version were resolved with this automatic version. But first things first, on my wrist today, it is going to be the Hamilton Interstellar. Yes, the watch that Matthew McConaughey wore in the film Interstellar. Really cool looking watch, and I'm looking forward to doing a review of it. And here is today's watch. This is the Tissot PRX POWERMATIC 80. This is an automatic version of the very famous Tissot PRX. You've got a 40 millimeter case, a thickness of 11.5 millimeters, so it's a little bit thicker than the quartz version. Lug to lug with the protruding end links there of the integrated bracelet. It's 51.5, so smaller wrists may struggle with this particular watch here. I guess lug width, if you can call it that, is around 26. The bracelet tapers down to 18 at the clasp. So pretty much effectively the same case and the same, you know, design and mostly the same dimensions as the quartz version. So if you like that design, you're going to get that in this. Some of the differences, obviously it's automatic, and also one of the other differences is that beautiful blue sunburst waffle dial, which in pictures I wasn't really like a massive fan of, because I thought the quartz version did the dial pretty well, but in person, this really, really looks good. You can see the light play there that you have, beautiful waffle. You've got Tissot 1853 just below the double baton 12 o'clock marker. Above the 6 o'clock marker, you have PRX POWERMATIC 80, and then at the bottom, Swiss made, so boasting Swiss made again. This watch is powered by the POWERMATIC 80, which is a modified 2824-2. They did some modifications to the inside of it, making the power reserve 80 hours, which with an automatic watch, it's kind of gimmicky. I mean, I get what you're saying. I want to put it down on Friday and pick it up on Monday and not have to adjust the time. I get that. I feel like that's more advantageous in a hand wind watch. But anyway, you know, to each his own there. I think it's still pretty cool. So you've got a framed date window at the 3 o'clock position. It is a highly polished frame, which is different from the quartz version, which just has the beveled border. It is, again, just a push-pull crown signed with the Tissot T there for your 100 meters of water resistance. And I think I mentioned in the quartz review that you're gonna get a screw-down case back with the POWERMATIC 80, and I'm not sure if that's the case. Let's take a look. Here is that case back displaying that modified ETA 2824-2 decorated rotor. It really, really looks nice. I don't know if this caseback is screw down. I cannot see. Usually there's notches in screw down casebacks that allow you to use a caseback removal tool to get to the movement. Not the case here. I also don't see like a lip. Even if it's friction fit, I don't see like a lip to put a tool in or anything, so I have no idea. I would assume you'd have to use one of those caseback removal balls or something to get to the movement, but I'm not sure. I can't tell you 100% if it is screw down, so I don't know. Looking at the case back, you'll have the same design on the bracelet with the quick release spring bars. Again, sausage fingers I have, it is very hard to take off, even harder to put on if you have larger fingers, but you know, it's still cool. I think the integrated bracelet is really cool. And speaking of that, it is flat link, so it plays with the light really, really nicely. It is friction pins, which again, I love, easy to size, no problem. I only had to take out one link from this bracelet to get it to fit my 7.5 inch wrist. You do get 2 half links there to get an adjustment if you need it. I did have to take the half link from one side, put it to the other, so it sits, you know, pretty much, you know, in the center of my wrist. You know, so I had to do that, but only one link out. So if your wrist is really probably over 7 3/4 or 8's probably pushing it for this watch. Bigger wristed guys are gonna have an issue. So you have Tissot 1853 on the clasp. The clasp is a butterfly clasp. I have absolutely no issues with that on this watch. I think it's cool. It keeps the lines. There's no break or anything. The bracelet looks like one solid piece going all the way around, and I think that's pretty neat. You know, what I mentioned in my last review, the minute hand didn't hit the minute marker the way it should when the second hand hit 12. That has been corrected on this watch. It certainly has been corrected. And the second hand, you know, obviously it's gonna hit where it needs to. This movement beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour and was slowed down to get that 80 hours of power reserve. So let's have another gander at the lume. Well, it's the same as what is on the quartz. It's okay. I mean, it's not gonna like blow your skirt up or anything, but you know, it gets the job done. Again, this isn't a dive watch, so you're not gonna have like massively bright lume or anything, but I think you know, it's a nice touch in a watch that maybe ordinarily wouldn't have had it, so I'm glad that they did that. And here it is out in the natural world on my 7.5 inch wrist. I really love the design of this thing, and with the corrections of it being automatic, yes, it's more expensive, but I think for what you're getting, this is an excellent piece. An excellent piece. I know people really gush over this watch, and I get it. I totally get it. I think it's a great design. You can get them in a few different colors now. It's really a home run as far as integrated bracelets go. It's a hard word to say, integrated bracelet. Well, maybe it's not that hard. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, so you know, you're looking at a great watch. I think the price point is the same as a Hamilton. You know, they're all, you know, the Swatch group, so they're all going to be kind of around the same price. I think it's definitely worth it. If you're kind of on the fence between getting a Hamilton and getting this, you know, I don't really see where one is more advantageous than the other. However, this design is just so cool. I really, really, really love it. I wear this a lot since I got it. You know, really the only drawback of this particular watch is going to be those protruding end links that make the lug-to-lug, you know, not good. But I don't really know how with the design they could have done it differently. So, you know, it is what it is. I think it looks cool. Well, yeah, guys, I mean, let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this watch, I know I got blasted pretty good in the quartz review. The opinions of what I needed to do were wildly all over the place. So I don't know if anybody really has a clear grasp on what needed to be done on that particular watch, but this one nails it. Out of the park, guaranteed. You will love this watch. I love it. I think it's great. I think the price is fine. For what you're getting. You know, it's retro, but it's also so modern, and it's kind of a timeless watch. I mean, if you told me that this watch came from the future, like 2030, and said, hey, this is what they're doing now, I'd believe it. So I think it's like a timeless watch. Well, I mean, I wouldn't believe that it time traveled back in time. So I guess I wouldn't believe that part of it, but I would believe that this was, you know, a design from the future. I certainly could. But yeah, guys, that is all I have for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.